Looks like we are rolling, but I don't know if there's anybody here yet. Let me just check my screens. For anyone that is here, welcome back, Pokémon Trainers. Professor Chaz here as well. The lab coat's on back order, and it's time for some more Pokémon GO gifting. I've managed to pick up some gifts along the way today, and picked up a pretty interesting little research task here, too. I got one of these earlier today as well. Send 5 gifts to friends. So hopefully we can get that done. I'll probably catch the Pokemon here while we're all together. I know what Pokemon it is, but I'm going to leave it as a bit of a surprise. Hello, Exposer. What's up? Not much with me. I should say probably a fair amount is up. I got a lot of stuff accomplished in Pokemon GO today. I've uploaded little short clips to Twitter, some photos onto Instagram, and I can just show you basically my list right here. What are some of my more recent captures? Anything amazing? I gotta clear some of these Pokemon. Hello to OMG, it's Sark. Welcome to our Pokemon GO stream today. So I hashed a bunch of eggs. You'll see I got a Regirock here. I did manage to capture another one of these guys. Got some more Pinap Berry candy out of it. And I hatched, I think there was like 7 5-kilometer eggs all hatched up. First we hatched a 2-kilometer with a Pichu. We got a Nosepass, Shroomish, Mudkip, Tyrogue, Wynot, Numel, and another Mudkip. Hello to Pumpkin. Team Rocket admin Pumpkin wants to battle. So we're going to do our usual thing today where I've got 10 gifts saved up. I'll be sending out some gifts during our stream today, opening up my gifts, and I'm sure I can probably get that 5 gifts sent out to friends while we're here doing the stream. So, you know what? Let's just get things started right now. I'm going to say go in the chat, even though I think there's probably only just the 3 of us right here. Well, 4 including myself, but I'm going to say go anyways. And drop your names, your Pokemon GO usernames down below in the chat underneath the word GO. And the first 3 names, since I think there's 3 is here, the first 3 names that I see, I'm going to send out a gift to. And Pumpkin, you need to get a Scizor today. Hopefully, you'll be able to snag one during our Wonder Trading. So, I'll try to, do the usual thing where before I trade one out, I will say 3, 2, 1, go. When I say go, maybe I'll wait an extra little bit, just so that you folks can see the word go and have a super quick chance to try and hit go or hit trade at the same time. Try to increase your chances of getting yourself one of those special Scyther I'll be sending out. And what is going to be that egg over there, you think? I don't know if we're going to be here for the full 19 minutes, because this could just be a shorter stream. We can talk a little bit about what's coming up in the news. So, right now, enjoy guaranteed lucky Pokemon. Do you have a lucky Pokemon yet? Professor Willow has unearthed, yada yada yada, blah blah blah. You can read this in your games, but essentially, lucky Pokemon that come from trades are now stronger, which is nice. You don't have Pokemon GO? Oh well. Unfortunate, but if you ever do get it and you want to be here for the live stream and get some gifts, or get at least a gift, you know where to go for our streams, of course. So lucky Pokemon have a better chance of being stronger, it looks like. If you have discovered fewer than 10 lucky Pokemon, a Pokemon that has spent time in the storage since July or August of 2016 when the game first came out, guaranteed to become a lucky Pokemon, which is kind of cool. I read that. I looked through my list of Pokemon. I don't have anything left that's tradable that I'm not using as a main Pokemon to trade off to somebody to make sure it's going to be lucky. So I'm going to hang on to my guys. I mean, there's plenty of other people out there with Pokemon that old as it is. Alright, Unknown Spike has dropped the names. Let's send out a gift here. That's going to be one of our 5. What am I doing? I'm clicking all over the place. See, when the notifications come up, it just gets in the way. But I mean, notifications are important. So, Pikachu, let's send you... I can't send you a gift. You got to open up your gift. You got to make sure you have those gifts open before you ask for a gift. What the... Dark Cinder Maya, how am I? I'm doing okay. How are you doing? You missed the battle stream again. You had stuff to do. Sorry to hear that, but this week we're going to actually be holding off until Sunday for our the next battle stream. Sunday evening we're going to aim for, because this weekend I'm going to be busy at a special gaming convention called Impossible Realities. A bunch of board games, a bunch of card games, role-playing, strategy, all sorts of stuff. I'm going to be there myself hosting a Pokemon TCG tournament. If we get enough folks there interested, I'll probably take a look at some of my cards here, and I like to donate some of my, special cards like full arts and stuff like that, and say the top winners will get some of these special prizes. Alright, so for the time being, I guess I might as well start opening some of my gifts and waiting for some names to roll in. Don't know how many people will have coming in today that want to get a Pokemon Go gift. And if anyone is watching and you're new to the channel and you're not yet on my friends list, I've got my friend code right down below here. You can send me a friend request. I will confirm it and send you a gift during the stream, assuming your name gets chosen as one of the batch of names I ask for. But given how few people there are right now, I think you guys have a pretty good chance of getting a gift. And you bought a new Alpha Sapphire today. Awesome stuff. Congratulations. I myself played through Omega Ruby. I got the Primal Groudon, but Primal Kyogre can be pretty good as well. What I like about Primal Groudon is the Desolate Land eliminates one of its only weaknesses. It's only, like, if I remember correctly, Primal Groudon is weak only to water and ground. With the Desolate Land up, water cannot be used, which is pretty cool. But Kyogre, getting up that Primordial Sea, I mean, it makes itself more susceptible to thunder, I guess, but it can use its own thunder, I suppose. And it's going to power up the Origin Pulse nicely. That will hurt. So I do see, I'll open up a gift from Unknown Spike, who is sitting there in the chat right now. And this is from the Monumental Roylor, from a monument. I'm not going to try to butcher the pronunciations anymore, because I probably don't do them any justice. Alright, we got nice 6 Pokeballs, and I forgot to mention, I actually have space for Alolan eggs this time around. I get space for 2 more, and I'll be incubating them as some incubators free up. Alright, so there we go. Unknown Spike has opened the gift. Let's send one off to you here then. And boom, from the crowd of statues. There's one gift sent out. Alright, now, can I switch? There we go. Oops, let's go with friendship level. Let's start opening from some local peoples. See if we can boost up some more friendship levels with people here in the city. From Fort Latour. No description there. I like how some of the photos, though, the spin thingies, are in wintertime. Like, we have 2 stops here in town, I think, where one is a summer scene, and right beside it is a winter scene. It's kind of crazy. It's neat to see them back to back, though. Primal Groudon is weak only to Groudon. Yes, well, of course, ground type being the only weakness there. Even Slackoth is wondering, how can you be weak to yourself? And thank you for the well wishes at having fun at the convention, Dark Cinder Maya. I appreciate it. It's always a good time. You guys ever hear of a game called, I was going to say the wrong name. There's 2 different kind of games. Wait a minute. This guy's walking an almost perfect Alolan Golem. That's pretty cool. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. You guys ever hear of a game called Call of Cthulhu? One of the organizers of Impossible Realities puts on this amazing game of Call of Cthulhu, and essentially it's a role-playing game where you take on the roles of different characters and you're put into sort of a mundane, standard kind of encounter situation, whatever, and then evil, ancient gods and beasts and demons start raging all over the land, and it gets kind of wild, and it's just such a fun game, though. Like, the guy plays it up so humorously, so enjoyable. I like standing in there and, being a part of it when I have the time. I should have the time this weekend, fortunately, but I am going to try to do my part to showcase the convention and try to put together a little video. I'm going to try to have uploaded for Saturday. I'm going to record on the Friday of the event, try to help do a little bit of promotion around for the event itself. Actually, no, Exposure, what we're saying is that when Groudon, normally ground type, primal reverts, it becomes ground fire type. So its fire typing is weak to ground. And the only other weaknesses ground has, a Groudon would have weakness to grass, water, and ice. Now, grass and ice are both resisted by fire, so those become neutral against Groudon. Water would still, it would be double super effective, but its ability, Desolate Land, puts up harsh sunlight, and that completely negates water moves from being used. So that's how it protects itself. Now, fire typing weaknesses are water, again, blocked by the Desolate Land, ground, and rock. Ground type resists rock, so therefore a ground fire type is neutral to rock, but still it has that weakness to ground, which ground itself does not resist. So, all that rambling being said, you got yourself only 1 weakness on Primal Groudon. That is gift number 5 opening up right here. From the crowd of statues. I just sent one of those out. Alright, so I was going to say in the chat, once again, go. But as I say, I'm not sure how many regular folks we might have here looking for gifts. Essentially, since I'm already 5 gifts into my own openings, I'm just going to keep throwing gifts out as people say. So if you guys are just popping into the chat, let me know your username. If you haven't yet connected on my friends list, my friend code is on screen. I can send you a gift as soon as I see a name. And I'm just going to keep rolling through and opening gifts from local peoples, I guess. As I say, this might just be a shorter stream, and I'll be sending out some gifts off camera afterwards, because I still have 9 more filling up the old item spot here. In fact, I might have to start throwing some items out if my gifts give me too many things. Does Cloud9 work against Primal Groudon? That I've never known. I've never tried it. I've wanted to test it, but I've never had the right situation to actually give it a try. So I don't know if it actually does the, if it prevents the effects of that weather as well. I mean, I would really like it if it did, because I just like the thought that a Psyduck has some sort of power over Primal Groudon and Primal Kyogre. Imagine, like, nothing is stopping Primal Groudon, and then Psyduck comes in, shoots a water gun, 1-hit KOs Primal Groudon with a critical hit. That would be hilarious. As I was saying as a bit of a joke, too, when the new tag team Pokemon GX cards come out in Pokemon TCG, the first one we've seen is Zekrom and Pikachu GX. I would love to see Primal Kyogre or Palkia or some other powerful legendary water type with Psyduck. I don't know. I just want to see Psyduck as a tag team Pokemon. I know Spike says, open the second gift. Okay, let me see here. I think we're getting down. Yeah, there you are right there. So we'll open that in just a moment. I was going to keep burning through the list as we got some here. We're coming up on your second gift in just a moment. This is from the Landscape Architecture Award. If you hyper train it and have it or teach it Swords Dance, it can sweep. Is that the Primal Groudon you're talking about? I think you're talking about that. So, you know, just to make sure, I was talking about Psyduck, and I'm like, I don't think Psyduck can learn Swords Dance, but I'm sure you're talking about Primal Groudon, because the Swords Dance seems to be something that kind of a Pokemon would pick up. Alright, from the number 2 Engine House Museum. I walk by here sometimes and I wonder, is it actually open to, like, check out? I've never gone in there, but I probably should, just to see. I was doing... I think I was talking about this in one of the videos, Pokemon Go, where it talks about... Well, I was talking about, I think, there was a fire back in 18-something here in my city, and a lot of the town did get burned down, and I think maybe that fire station, the museum, might have something to, you know, talk about that. But I should... There's something on our boardwalk that does a big description about the Great St. John Fire, and I should probably look at that at one point. Burt Reynolds has passed away. OMG at Sark is letting us know in the chat. Sadly, that is just bound to happen over time, you know, like, it's never a good thing. It's like, I often think to say to people, you know, oh, of all the times for it to happen, this particular time, like, maybe it's the holidays or something, that's the worst time, but then you're like, no, there's never a good time. There's never a better time for someone to pass away, right? So, it is what it is. It happens to the best of us. It's like I was reading something someone had posted recently saying about being humble and not, like, basically don't look at yourself as above anyone else. We're all people. We're all in the same situation. They say when we pass on, we're all buried in the same size hole. And it's like, that's kind of maybe a morbid way to look at it, but it's like, it's true. You know, once we move on, I guess the only thing that remains is what we have put into the world, and, you know, maybe try to make things better in our absence when we moved on. So, I don't know, kind of a solemn thing to talk about while we're here opening presents and gifts in Pokemon Go, but maybe my words of wisdom made a little bit of sense. Maybe they didn't. I don't know. Are there going to be battles tonight? Greg is asking. Not tonight. I'm going to hold off on that until Sunday. Normally we would have done it on Fridays, but I've got a big convention, a gaming convention I'm going to this weekend, so I'll be kind of busy. I mean to say. But we're going to do our Wonder Trading tonight. I have another full box of Scyther holding metal coats. We're going to be sending out those on Wonder Trading starting in about 2 hours from right now. And Sunday we'll be doing our next battles against the normal type gym, representing Whitney. I have bred up the Pokemon for that. Oh, which reminds me, I'm going to post on Twitter a poll for what ghost type Pokemon should be the prize for when we get to Morty. So I'll put a few suggestions on there. On Twitter, you guys are welcome to leave your suggestions in the comments beneath my post and vote for whatever ones you like the best. Whichever one has the most votes will get the the prize Pokemon prepared for them. All right, so good morning to Charles Jones. Welcome to our stream today. Just in time, I'm going to say go once again for you to drop your usernames in the chat. And I've got like 9 gifts still waiting to send out. I want to send out gifts basically as soon as you guys see the name, the go in the chat, which will be right now. Just drop your names. I think I have enough gifts to probably cover everyone who's watching who does play the game, Pokemon Go. What are the prizes, Greg is asking, for the next battle thing, I believe? Should I tell you or should I not? Basically, if you follow me on Twitter, you can see what the last poll did wind up with. Chansey is going to be the prize. And I'm quite happy to say, you know what, let's get this up. Let's get the screen back to here. We can see actual things. I am happy to say I have done some amazing breeding with Chansey for these prizes. They are max HP, max defense, max special defense. Many of them have max speed as well. And a bunch of them have 5 max IVs. Taxstat is the only one not a max IV. So I did pretty good with the breeding on those, which is really awesome to say, and I'm happy to have those Pokemon to send out. Look at that. There's an Onix. Way up the way, though. But that's kind of cool. Alright, so Dark Center Y saying Duskull could be a good prize. Dusclops with Eviolite could be a pretty interesting possibility. If Primal Groudon doesn't get poisoned or confused or Thunder Waved, well, fortunately, Primal Groudon can't be Thunder Waved, but you might mean paralyzed, because of course Glare, Body Slam, they can still paralyze. I remember, I've said this before, I've sort of not complained, but I've kind of found it interesting that some people who do Pokemon, as a living basically on YouTube as their content, they would do things like, you can't paralyze a ground type, you can't glare them, you can't body slam them, and it's like, you can. They're just thinking Thunder Wave, ground type being immune to the electric type Thunder Wave, but other ways to paralyze can work. Let's see, but you can't burn it, from what I understand. Fire types, as far as I know, cannot be burned. Although, no, I'll just say, would Salandit or Salazzle with Corrosion be able to do that? But no, Corrosion only allows you to poison, guaranteed. Alright, so we have Charles Jones has dropped the name in the chat. Let's send out another one of our gifts here. And if you're just showing up to the stream, as I say, if you want to go ahead and throw your name down in the chat, let me know, because I'm on a mission right now to send out 5 gifts. Wait a minute. Check out that shiny Aerodactyl, everybody. Congratulations to Charles in the chat. Not bad. How did you get that? Was that just a random find in the wild? Was it a research task, or would you, did you maybe hatch that? Either way, that's pretty good. That deserves a gift for sure. And since you are here, let's open up your gift as well. This might be another Alolan egg, and this comes from the Patsy Eviston. Have I pronounced that properly? I don't even know. Wow, I knew it. Bag is full. Alright, let's toss out some of the Pokeballs that I do not use. I was talking to someone recently as I was out doing my Pokemon goings. If I could give these Great Balls and Ultra Balls to people, I would much rather do that. As you might know about me, I do not catch things with them. I like the challenge of regular Pokeballs. I also just like the way they look, personally. But I hate the thought that those are just going to waste, because I just toss them. And speaking of tossing, I've got a lot of Pokeballs, but I can use them for catching. I guess I could toss them. I mean, I'll probably get more, but I will also get more potions, I guess. So let's just toss these. Let's do 10 of them for now. Research task. Excellent stuff. So right now, if you don't know, in Pokemon Go, first of all, Pumpkin needs to Hyper Train Rayquaza. You should get on that at some point. The sooner you do it, the sooner it's done. And it was a pretty Aerodactyl indeed. Look at that thing right there. So right now, Growlithe and Arcanine can be shiny in Pokemon Go from what I've seen. And there's a research task you can pick up. Use 10 berries to help catch Pokemon. You can use, the Raspberry, you can use the Banana Berry, even using the Peanut Berry, or Silver Peanut Berry, even though, well, ignore Silver. Even though the regular Peanut Berry does not make them easier to catch, it just adds more candy when you catch them. That still counts as using a berry to help you catch them. Technically, it doesn't help you, but whatever. Using a berry, when you catch a Pokemon, you gain one of the 10 requirements to get that task done. The reward will be Growlithe. and apparently it can be shiny, so that's something to look out for. Alright, so who else? I don't see anyone else in the chat just yet, but let's go back to opening some gifts here. I don't see CRJ here right now, so let's hold off on that for the time being. We're going to open this up from my friend June, who was the one, I always say this, got 3, count them 3, shiny Articuno on Articuno Day back in the day there. By doing, I think she only did 6, maybe 7 raids. But I think it was 6. She got 3 shinies. That's not bad. I've been looking into the cost of Stardust for trading and stuff. Did you know, if you're going to be trading a shiny Pokemon or a legendary Pokemon at the best friends level, which you have to spend 3 months being friends with, playing the game together, the minimum requirement apparently that you'll get down to is 40,000 Stardust to trade a shiny or a legendary. That's a lot. I traded with my friend Perf Stranger for... I traded her a shiny Mawile for a Lunatone, which I didn't have yet, and it cost 80,000 because we were only at the Ultra Friends, not quite to the Best Friends level. When I found that out, that cost, I was like... I had already said I would do the trade, so I didn't back out, and afterwards I was like, well, let me look into this, and I found out that a shiny trade or a legendary, and I would assume shiny legendary means, you know, it's, I don't think it would double up those costs. It would be like just the, you know, 80,000, 40,000, whatever. The cheapest you can get it to is 40,000, and that's still quite a bit. So I see Blarg 890. All right, we have Hide 890 in the chat. Let's go ahead and send out another gift. Thank you for dropping your, not dropping your friend code. Thank you for confirming. I don't even say it. What am I saying confirming? Thank you for sending me a friend request. There we go. All right, we're going to send you a gift right now for joining into the chat. Why am I going all over the place? I'm clicking every wrong thing. See? Again, every wrong thing. All right, Blarg, let's find you. Let's send you a nice gift. So I know what Pokemon will come from the research task I'm doing to send 5 gifts to friends. I'm not going to say what it is just yet, but it has the potential to be shiny. Do you think we might happen to find a shiny today on stream together? I don't know. Pumpkin, when you use Air Slash, it always flinches every time. That's not bad, especially for a Pokemon that does not have the Serene Grace ability. Hey, look at that! There's a Rosalia at that gym. I already fought one of them today, though. And hello to Haunted Trainer C. Welcome to our Pokemon Go gifting live stream. What did I just see on this nearby? Must have been a Bellsprout. Hey, there's a Weedle! You don't need that Weedle. Alright, I got another, I think, 6 gifts to open up before we are done for the time being. If I could just send 2 more gifts out, I can find out what that Pokemon is. What I'll probably do, if we don't have any more people in the chat that want to get a gift sent to them, I'll probably send a couple gifts to some local people. But I want to show you folks which Pokemon will pop up for us, and hopefully it'll be shiny. When Exposure had Pokemon Go, you caught Wild Ivysaur. That is definitely awesome. I love seeing the evolved forms in the wild. Before the weather update came into the game, it was really rare to find wild evolved forms. A lot of them were just basic, you know, you'll find just the basic forms. But as soon as the weather came in, it was like a whole bunch of like evolved forms like across the street at this Pokestop. Wait, let's just open a gift here and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Look at this! I love this! Wait, we're frozen. Where's my cursor? There it is. Alright, check this out. The giant lobster mural over on Prince Edward Island. Very cool. I love that. I've been there in person, actually. I like the look of it. Hello to Dozer768. Welcome to our stream. Haunted Trainer C is asking, have I ever spoofed? I have not spoofed, actually. I do prefer walking in person to places and stuff like that. I feel more accomplished personally by, you know, knowing I put in the physical effort to go to where I'm going, what I've gotten, stuff like that. So, for me, nah. It's all about on foot doing it the standard, old-school way, let's say. And Pumpkin uses it on Shaman Sky, the Air Slash. That is definitely good. Another Pokemon that makes good use of Air Slash would be Togekiss, with that Serene Grace ability, causing some good flinches. Living Latios has not been on this channel for 3 weeks. What are you doing in life? You say homework 24/7. That, I can totally understand. Homework does get in the way of all the important stuff in life. I mean, oops, wait. Homework is important. School is important. I'm not going to downplay that. But, thank you for popping in right now. I see Dozer762. You've sent a friend request. I've got so many gifts left to send out. I'm just going to confirm right away. I see you there in the chat. Boom. Let's send you a gift as thank you for joining in. And also, I'm going to let you folks know, too, since I see some new names are popping up. In the description of the video here, the live stream, we have links to things like Twitter and Instagram. Also, Discord. If you guys want to join in on our Discord, the Professor Chaz's Lab Discord, you can do that and possibly exchange friend codes with other people all over the world. Get some cool gifts sent out. We've got a level 40 here. Not bad. Level 40 is the thing to hit. So make sure you have some space in your egg section before you open this gift if you can, because you might get yourself a nice Alolan egg from here in Canada. I am a Canadian Pokemon goer. Alright. Exposure. You caught it in like August of 2017, so that was even before the weather, so that was definitely not bad. Living Latios, you're at 2%. What are you doing in life? Charge that thing up, quick! And Seth says the power went out. Man, yeah, thunderstorms, they're bad for the power. I kind of like them. I mean, if I, turn off everything that could be fried. I like to just listen to the sound of the thunder and the rain and stuff. I like it. Sometimes it gets scary. When there was one time there was a thunderstorm going on in our city, and I was like out at the front window thinking, I want to get some footage of this. I want to try to record lightning bolts coming down and see if I can actually freeze frame and see them. And at one point, there was a big flash. I heard a great big loud boom, and I was like, I probably shouldn't be standing by the window with a piece of electronics in my hand, so I was like, I'm done for the night. But it was still kind of cool to listen to. Can you see the shinies? Yeah, sure. I can show you the shinies in just a little bit here. And do I hate spoofers? Blind Tribe was asking. Interesting question. The thing is, I don't hate spoofers depending... Well, I shouldn't even say depending on what they do. I dislike certain kinds of spoofing. Now, if someone wants to spoof around, catch the Pokemon, regionals and stuff like that, that's all well and good because that's not really affecting anything but their own game. And if they feel good about doing that, fine. Personally, if someone was to... Like, if someone from here spoofed to Australia, caught a bunch of Kangaskhan, and then said, look at all the cool Kangaskhan I have, I wouldn't be that impressed with it, because it's like, well, you didn't actually go there, so to me, it's not as impressive as it could be, but all in all, it's not that big a deal. The kind of spoofing that I really disapprove of, though, is, like, let's say, here in my neighborhood, let's say if I'm in that gym, or not even just me, whoever's in that gym right now, they've walked to this place, they've taken that gym, alright? If someone was to suddenly open up their game, halfway across the world, spoof, take the gym over, that really is not fair, because that does affect other people playing the game. So, I mean, technically, all spoofing is not permitted. It's, banned by the terms of service, so I can't really say, like, this spoofing's okay, that spoofing's okay, this one isn't, that one isn't. I'm spoofing right now, apparently. I'm running across the bridge. But anyways, personally, I don't mind if it doesn't affect other people's games, but I still do not recommend spoofing, because it's just like, I find it more entertaining, and this is just me personally speaking, I find it more enjoyable just to get out and explore. Enjoy the outside, see your sights, learn more about the locations, the, what would you call them, landmarks and monuments and stuff in your area. I've learned so many things about my city. I didn't know. Okay, I'm in Canada. By doing some research, I found out that for a brief period back in, I don't even know when, my city was owned by America. An American contingent came up, conquered the city. I think it was only for like a few months or something like that, maybe just a few weeks or whatever, but like, technically my city was part of America for a bit. That's kind of wild to think about. Alright, let's get caught up on the chat. You know what? I'm going to show you the shinies right now just because. I've actually got quite a fair amount. So let's go with... We'll go with like the oldest to the newest. Yeah, there's a whole bunch. I've got 2 shiny Magikarp. Well, one has evolved into Gyarados. I've got shiny Mawile I picked up from a raid battle right at the gym across the street from my house. During the Dratini Community Day, I only got the 1. I was kind of busy that day, but I did get 1. Your phone just died, Seth? No! Gotta bury it now. Gotta get a tombstone. We got random in the wild, shiny Swablu named Peep. I found that on the way to a Rayquaza raid, which I didn't happen to catch. And I got 5 shiny Bulbasaur during Bulbasaur's Community Day. I did evolve a couple up, as you can see there. I got a couple extras for trade fodder for some other people. But again, once we hit best friends level, investing 40,000 Stardust is a lot more than I would like to do, but that's the cheapest it's going to get. So I'm going to hang on and do that. I got 4 shiny Mareep during their community day, and I've evolved a couple. I hatched a shiny Love Disc. I also hatched that shiny Pichu as well. Only got one Charmander during community day for that one. During the Adventure Week this year, I did happen to get a shiny Ammonite. I also picked up a random shiny Aeron during that event as well, which is kind of cool. Here's the best I've done for shinies on community days. I've gotten 8 shiny Larvitar. You can actually check all this stuff out on the channel too, like these guys here. The first 3 Larvitar I found as soon as the event began for community day for Larvitar, all 3 were shiny, back to back. I was like, what? So technically, within like the first 5 minutes, I was done. I only needed to get those 3. Oh, we also got a second shiny Mawile, which we picked up again. Oh, the first one wasn't at my gym across the street, but this one was, this Munchkin. Got 2 Roselia during the Dortmund Safari Zone event over in Europe. We also got 4 shiny Squirtle during Squirtle Community Day, one of which does have the shades, as the name implies. I picked that one up. And what else we got? I managed to get 2 shiny Minun, 4 shiny Plusle during their event for the, was that Pokemon Go Fest, I think it was? We also got a shiny Zapdos for a Zapdos Day. I got a second shiny another shiny Plusle, later on another shiny Minun. Community Day for Eevees. I did a lot of work there for the 2 days. You can just see a whole bunch of them there. One of each evolution is shiny, plus I got a lot of extra shiny Eevees hanging onto for future evolutions when the other gens come out. And I've got a shiny Pineco. Pick this one up. Stats are kind of terrible, but it's a shiny. I picked up a shiny, not too bad. I didn't get the shiny Sunkern, but I have picked up. I gotta still evolve Launchpad here. Should I do it right now? Do you want me to evolve Launchpad here? I normally like to go into a gym battle before evolving, but since we're here, I can evolve this. I've got the candy for it. I've also got Gulliver. I'm gonna keep him as a Wingull. But I can evolve that one while we're here. Alright, let me get caught up on the chat once again. People have been waiting for my responses. You think Shaman Sky is a hacker because of the flinching? I mean, it's possible. Relying on them hacks. Living Laudio says, is it weird I have 7 gifts? You had 7 gifts, you still haven't gotten an Alolan egg. Don't know if it's... maybe it's kind of weird. Did I send you a gift yet today? If not, what's your name? And I'll send you a gift. Hopefully that won't give you an Alolan egg. Just make sure you have space in your egg section before opening the gift, because if there's no space of those 9 available slots, then of course you can't get an egg out of the gift. And Exposer is currently training the Claw Grip that you got from me. Awesome. I'm hoping it's working out for you. I try to do my best, of course, to breed up the best prizes available. Tomorrow, Hide 890 is going to see what kind of a Alolan Mon will hatch. You're kind of hyped. Are you hoping for anyone in particular? I've actually been doing pretty good with Alolan Vulpix lately. I've actually traded some out. A friend of mine is a big Vulpix fan. He didn't happen to get any just yet, but I had like 2 or 3 extras, and I was like, here you go. Have a couple. You can keep one as Vulpix, evolve one into Ninetales. And hello to Shicilio. Oh, you finally figured out the password. You're back on Go. Alright, so who else wants to drop a friend? Actually, you know what? I'm just going to say Go in the chat. I think you guys might know the routine. Once you see the word Go, drop your names. I've still got, I think, 7 or 8 gifts to send out. And Luis has a shiny Swablu. Oh, it's lucky? Did you traded for a shiny? It became lucky? That is awesome. Seth hates thunderstorms because the power goes out and little kids get scared, but not you. That's good. Hello to Lego Deadpool. Welcome to our stream. In Pokemon Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, you're making a team that you're going to battle me with the prize Pokemon. I love hearing that. It's like, I try to send out the most powerful prizes that I can make for you, and to see them come back and destroy me, it's kind of good, in a way. But, you know, of course I want to try to win. But, I mean, if I'm going to lose, then I'd rather... I shouldn't say I'd rather lose to my own Pokemon. Essentially, I think it's cool when I lose or whatever. Alright, so we have... Luis has dropped a name in the chat here. Let's open up the friends once again. I see a few names. And I did just read that last comment, yes, Pumpkin, about the Shaman Sky being a potential hacker. There is, maybe that possibility. But I would say... So it does have Serene Grace, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm thinking what would be kind of crazy is take a look at what Togekiss can do, because that definitely has Serene Grace. And I've seen, actually I've fallen victim to a number of online battles where I get flinched out by Serene Grace Air Slash from Togekiss. It is kind of bad. Alright, so we have Lego Deadpool has dropped the name as well. Let's send that gift. That's my 6th gift being sent out. I've got 4 gifts remaining, and I have completed that research task as well. What else am I missing out on right now? King's Rock plus any flinching move can be great, indeed. Could you imagine? Serene Grace, King's Rock, and flinch. No one could do anything in that case. So you're hoping for a Lowland Sandshrew, says Hide 890. Well, best of luck to you. They're maybe on the more rare side, but not as rare as the Vulpix have been, so you might have a good chance at it. And Haunted Trainer, can I have that shiny Pichu? I'll say no for 2 reasons. One being that I like to keep my first shiny of each version, and if I get a second shiny Pichu, I'll start evolving it up. Second thing is, too, the only way that we could, I mean, we're not in the same location as far as I understand, but I know spoofing could be a thing, and people have said before, I can spoof to your location and we can trade. To me, that's a no-go, because although I don't mind certain kinds of spoofing, I don't want to benefit from it myself. So if I was to trade with someone who has spoofed my location, I get something from a good distance away. It builds up my pilot metal. I don't want to do that. The closest I'm doing to, I guess, cheating, in a way, is trading away the Pokemon that I get from eggs that come from gifts from some of you folks. So that's the best cheating, I guess, that I do in the video, or the stream. So you know what we're going to do? I'm going to see what we get. Now, you're going to see my nice Pokemon pillowcases, which is fine. But let's see, is it shiny? No. But we'll get this Roselia. Almost missed the ball, but it's all good. Does it say? Look at Charmander. Char! Yeah, scared it into that ball. There you go, Charmander. Thank you. Alright, what are the stats like? Come on, they gotta be amazing. It's a research reward. Ooh, battle with the best. Max defense. Kinda decent, not bad. Alright, now that is that. So I don't know if we see any more names just yet, but I'm just going to finish up opening some more gifts while we're here. At your school, Lego Deadpool, there's 8 people with your name, so there's 8 Alexes. Would that be... That'd be Alices, because if you take the word matrix and pluralize it, you get matrices, so that'd be Alexies. Huh? Weird. I'm just throwing random stuff out there. You know what we're going to do? We're going to open up from Luis, though, in the chat, since you are here. In fact, I should have opened the other gifts that we were getting, or that I was sending out as well. The yellow and green welcome sign to the State Court Park Play structure. We got a little playground like that just across the street. That's also a Pokestop now, but I don't want to spin it yet. I want to wait until another Adventure Week comes up in Pokemon Go. Usually every summer in my area, they come along. And I've got, like, I'll show you. Down the street here, in the distance, you can see there's like 4 Pokestops I have not spun yet, right down the street. I want to save those for Adventure Week, where if it's like, get, you know, say spin 4 or 5 new stops, it's like, I've got 4 right there. Boom. Right there. And Seth Rollins, your friend code is that for... That's not for this, is it? Is it? I don't remember. That's your Pokemon Sun and Moon, I believe. But anyway... Yeah, Roselia is pretty tiny. It's weird when you look at it. Like, if you see it in Stadium... Not Stadium, what am I thinking? In Pokemon Coliseum or Pokemon XD, or even in, like, say, Battle Revolution, it's so tiny. Like, you'll see any other Pokemon here, and then little Roselia. You wouldn't have I wouldn't have thought it's that small. Right, so let's see who else we can open up gifts from. Let's just do this. We'll sort by gifts. Do we see anyone in the chat... Or anyone in the list that I know is in the chat. We got from Blarg890. Let's pop this open. This one comes from the Mushroom Sculpture Plastique in the Netherlands. Alright. Thank you. I like the hat. It keeps my head warm. Sometimes a little bit too warm. But I like it's got a mesh on the back. You can't really see it that well. You can see it right here. It's got mesh on the backside. So if I need to, I spin it around. Kind of like Ash Ketchum in a way. And let my forehead cool off a little bit. Alright, who else might be here as we're doing this? Seth Rollins. Jay's a wrestler. I knew I recognized the name. I've never been into wrestling, really. Through my brother, I was sort of vicariously watching wrestling, because he was a big fan of it. I mean, he still is, but I mean, when we were growing up and living together, I would always see a bunch of stuff from... Hey, we got Celio. Let's open this one up. In fact, we'll send a gift out there, too. But yeah, I sort of picked up some of the main wrestlers I knew about. Of course, Hulk Hogan was the big name that we all knew, of course. In fact, he was the one that was appearing in all these things. Like, he appeared in Gremlins 2. That was neat. I mean, not a lot of people really cared for the movie that much, but it had Hulk Hogan. That gym's under attack. I'll let them go for it. Hello to Jennifer Vlogs 1. Welcome to the stream today. I think we're pretty much rolling to the end of it, though. I'm just going to go ahead and open up some last-minute gifts here. I've already opened... Have I opened from you yet? I think I did. I'll open another one, though. No, I'm not. I ain't opening no more gifts. I've maxed out. Alright, so one last shot here. How many gifts do we have remaining? I've got 3 final gifts. I'm going to say go in the chat once again. When you see the word go, drop those usernames down below, and I'll send you the first 3 names that pop up. I'll send out a gift. If we don't get 3 people, I'll just send out whatever gifts I have for whoever does respond, and that's going to be it. I'll probably send the last gift or so in, off screen to some more local people, whatever. All right, so let us see what we get. Yeah, so as much as you hated the movies, you never knew that Hulk Hogan was in it. He was in sort of a... They had a lot of skit-type gag scenes in that, and there was a part where they stopped playing the movie. Like, the Gremlins got into the projection booth. Picture yourself. This is a whole meta thing where you're watching a movie, but it's like you were in the theater watching it, for example, and the movie then gets taken out. The Gremlins are in the projection booth putting on something else. So the usher comes looking in for help. He goes into the theater, and he finds Hulk Hogan in the seats, and he asks for Hulk's help. And Hulk does his usual, "Do you think the Gremsters can stand up to the Hulkster with my 24-inch pythons?" He's going all about. He does the whole shirt rip thing, and then the Gremlins put the real movie back on. He's like, "Sorry, folks, it won't happen again." It's just like, it's Hulk Hogan. Who's going to stand up to that guy? So we have Nikki Jen. I don't know if I have that name. I'll take a look. Let me scroll down. Can I scroll? There we go. It froze up for a second. And Seth Rollins is 21. I don't know if I have those names. Just make sure you're putting the full trainer name there in the chat. I do have Nikki Love 1. I think I remember that might be your username. Is that it, Jennifer Vlogs? If so, confirm that in the chat. I can send that gift out. And Seth Rollins, can you clarify what that username might happen to be? Yeah, so yeah, maybe, Hulk Hogan might slip people's minds based on what scenes he's in and stuff. You know what the real... Oh, you're 21 years old. Okay, I get you. Did anyone ever watch Suburban Commando? That was a Hulk Hogan movie in which we got the most epic line of any movie from Christopher Lloyd. "I was frozen today!" I want to get that clip every time we're doing our Pokemon Wi-Fi battles, and I get frozen off of a random ice beam, powder snow, whatever it is. I want to have that keyed up. I can just simply click a button and have him pop up, "I was frozen today!" Because, like, how often do you get frozen? Sometimes me, a lot. Yeah, Lego Deadpool. The Rock is in a good number of movies, isn't he? And here's the thing. People complain about The Rock's acting talents and stuff, and you know what? Like, I don't think he's that bad. It's like, they don't give him maybe the best range of characters to play, but for what he does, I think it's awesome. And I think he's funny. He's enjoyable, and I just like his stuff. I watched Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle. I thought he was great in that. And, like, he doesn't even seem that bad of an actor. To me, I don't know, maybe I'm not that big of a critic, right? But I just think he's good. We'll go with that. And I kind of like seeing whatever he's in. Now, admittedly, there's some things where... Did anyone see Rampage? The live-action Rampage that came out? I don't know if I should talk about it. I don't want to spoil it for anybody. Not that I expect... If anyone that wanted to see it probably would have seen it by now, but I can talk a little bit about... They're making a remake of the Gremlins with CGI. Oh, I mean, it could work. Sometimes CGI does, look really good. But, I don't know, there's something about the classics, like, just, if they stay as they are. I guess, no, I'm not going to be like that. I'm going to be the kind of person that says, I like new interpretations of things. Okay, I always say this, and preface it with, I'm probably going to lose half my viewership, if just half. I did not mind Dragon Ball Evolution, the live-action Dragon Ball movie. Go ahead, unsubscribe now if you must, but hear me out. If I wanted to see the exact same story of Dragon Ball Z, whatever, I've got the originals that I can watch. I liked the new interpretation, different ways of doing things. Did I agree with all the new interpretations? No, but it was its own story, its own thing, and I accept that. Same thing with like the live-action Super Mario Brothers movie. Now there goes the other half of my viewership. I'm sure they've all unsubscribed, but I liked it because it was different. I didn't want to sit there watching a 2-hour movie of Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo jumping on mushrooms. You know, I've got the video games for that. So, I mean, all that being said, if they are making a CGI Gremlins, I will watch it, and I'll probably enjoy it for what it is. And if it's a reboot or a remake, that's a whole other issue. I don't really think everything needs reboots and remakes. I like sequels, but we'll see how things go. Anyways, we have, I think, 1 or 2 more gifts. Let's see, The Rock was amazing in Moana. Was he in that? I thought that was, like, so he was voice acting, I would assume. That's the CG, right? Cartoon CG animated, I believe. The reason Lego Dipple hasn't come for a while, because you're not into Pokemon as much as you used to be, that's totally fine, totally understandable. People's opinions of, you know, tastes and personal likes and stuff, they change over time. And, I mean, if you ever do want to hang out, you know, you're welcome to come back here, of course. But if Pokemon's not your thing, totally understandable. Do whatever you want to do that makes you happy, and focus on that. That's kind of the thought of, like, you know, there's people in the world that are trolly, you know, and they'll put effort into trying to knock people down and make existence worse for other people. If they put the effort into trolling people into something that they themselves like to do instead, and take that effort and put it where they want it, they would make themselves so much better. So, this isn't exactly the same kind of thing, but put your effort, what you like to do, focus on that, and that's the important thing in life. Alright, let's see. Can you smell what The Rock is cooking? Before I really knew who The Rock was, I know who he was, but before I knew anything about him, my first exposure to him was in Star Trek Voyager. He was in an episode of that, a Star Trek TV series. He played, get this, a fighter, but it was so cool, because he was known for the people's eyebrow. I can't really do it that well, but he did that in the show, and it's like, of course he had to do the people's eyebrow. You like spoilers, misspelled on purpose. So, okay, anyway, the brief little spoiler about, not Jumanji, Rampage, which I wouldn't really agree with. There's a part where The Rock's character gets shot in the stomach. Not right in the stomach, but on, like, the side of the, you know, the abs there. And he drops. Looks like he's out of commission. He later pops up, saves, like, pulls someone out of the way of, like, a falling piece of debris or something like that, and he's pretty much fine the whole rest of the movie. So it's like, that shot didn't really do anything to him, you know? So that was something I felt he could have played, that he was more injured, but I don't know. It also comes down to direction, too. Actors can only work with the directions that they're given, and there's a sort of limitation there, right? So maybe the director's like, no, we need you to be moving quick. We need you to be moving fast. You gotta be rocking like crazy. And then The Rock is like, but I've been shot. And then the director's like, you know, no, you got better. And then The Rock is like, alright. So anyways, I think we might be pretty much done. I still got 2 gifts left. One last shot here before we end off for the day. Would anybody else like to grab a gift from the professor? Also, just so you know, I'll remind you again, not in the chat, in the description, we've got a link over to my Discord server, which you can go check out. We have a channel set up for Pokemon Go. We can drop your friend codes in there, and if you want to exchange friend codes with other people all around the world, maybe send some gifts their way, get some gifts from them, get some nice international Alolan eggs for hatching. That's one possibility right over there. There's also channels for Pokemon TCG Online, Pokemon 3DS games. You guys can exchange your friend codes there and stuff, and, you know, maybe do some trades and all that stuff. Yes, Lego Deadpool, I can't send you another gift. You got it. You understand the routine. But I think we might as well just probably end it off there. If I see any more names pop up, I will send out some gifts. I got 2 left to go. But I think for the time being, that's all there is to talk about. I'll just give you one last little reminder here, too. If you play Pokemon Go, you're already well aware of this, but if you Pokemon folks have any Pokemon remaining from way back in July or August of 2016, they are guaranteed to become lucky if you trade them with somebody right now. I don't know if this is a special event. I think this is just permanent. It doesn't say when, like, there's a time limit. So any Pokemon from way back then, trading them will become guaranteed lucky. So if you can find someone else that has a Pokemon from way back then, each of you just trade them, guaranteed lucky, and lucky Pokemon are now going to become stronger, which is important to note. I also want to show you this. My cousin and I did a trade today. I traded him... Well, we were just basically trying to see if we can make lucky Pokemon in our trades. So he traded me... I don't know, Alolan Raichu. I put a little star next to my traded Pokemon so I know off the... from a, at a glimpse which Pokemon are traded. So, raid bosses, right? Of course, this is a raid boss, Premier Ball. Raid bosses generally have good stats. Let's check the appraisal on this traded Raichu. Bear in mind, my cousin and I are ultra friends. What do you say there, Spark? Overall, Raichu has room for improvement as far as battling goes. Its best quality is HP. Its attack is great too. They're pretty basic. Why did this Raichu drop so low? Like, I don't know what the deal was. His that he got too. I traded him a Vaporeon, a raid boss Vaporeon, and his went down really low too. I don't know. I don't get it. What was really weird too, though, when we traded the Vaporeon and Raichu, it said that the distance between the two was 0.0 kilometers. And I'm thinking, maybe we each caught it at that exact same gym. From like, I caught mine back in like 2017, whatever, like when the raid bosses first came out. What if it was the exact same gym and it kept the coordinates in there? Because, they're both from the same city. But just to say 0.0 kilometers was kind of weird. Alright, but I guess that's going to be a wrap for our stream today. We're going to do another stream in about a little over an hour or so. I might push it back a little bit to give myself something, or time to get something to eat for supper there, but stay tuned to the channel. I've got another live stream scheduled for today. It's going to be our Wonder Trading of Scyther holding Metal Coat, so Scizor being traded out to the world. If you play Pokemon Ultra Sun or Ultra Moon, or even just regular Sun and Moon, actually, you can join in and possibly get a chance to grab one of those cool Scizor. Bred for max attack, max defense, max special defense, impish nature, which is a special attack drop, physical defense boost. Very good stuff. Alright, but that is going to be a wrap. Just one sec. Joseph says you got some Pokemon from 2016, if anybody wants to do a lucky trade. So, Joseph, what you might want to do, too, is you can pop over to the Discord and put your notification in there as well and see if you get some trades that way. And Lego Deadpool says, when your mom doesn't know you're streaming, stop talking to yourself. No, I talk to myself all the time. I actually, not all the time, do sometimes, though. Because, like, sometimes we always have an audience, even if it's ourselves. You ever have the times, I'm getting all sidetracked now, but if you do occasionally talk to yourself, right? Or not even to yourself, but you just say something out loud. Sometimes you ever say something so funny that you yourself just crack up laughing at it? I've had times like that. I can't remember anything off the top of my head, but I just know there have been times when I've said something and I laugh for like maybe the next 5-10 minutes straight. I don't know. I'm crazy. Whatevers. But anyway, yes, that's going to be a wrap, folks. I want to say thank you for tuning in, and if you're still doing the Celebi research, good luck with the Celebi research. Hopefully you can get yourselves the 7-day streak completed, get those Eevee evolved up, and make that excellent curveball throw. Also, if you guys are looking for any special Pokemon, if you find any research tasks that say to make a great curveball throw, that research task gives you a Spinda as your reward. So try to find those tasks. If you don't have a Spinda just yet, get yourself a nice Spinda that way. Alright. Seth traded away my Pokemon for a legendary. You know what? What was I saying earlier about do what makes you happy? Totally fine. If you want the legendary more, absolutely do that. If it's going to be more beneficial for you. Good stuff. No hard feelings at all. Don't even feel bad about that. Alright. Oh, the Magikarp, the Chum Bucket Pokemon. I gotcha. But that is fine. Legendaries, if that's what you want. It's like they say, you do you. Alright, and that is going to be it once again for the third time. This is a wrap. Thank you folks once again for tuning in, and good luck with all of your future Pokemon going endeavors. And I'll see you in a little while for our Pokemon Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon Wonder Trade Night. Until then, Professor Chaz is signing off, saying I'll catch you next time. Have a good day, folks.